And I remember in the car with my mom and the radio was on and hearing these records kind of back to back. Groove Me.
I remember those
I
times.
Want Her.
Yeah.
Night and Day. All these records like back to back on the radio. And I remember, and I kind of feel like they probably were playing the records like that already. You know what I'm saying? But it just felt like I left and came back, and all of a sudden these records were, were you know what I mean?
Right.
And I remember being like, oh, and my mom being like so into Guy, because Guy sounded like the Gap Man to her. So it was like, oh yeah, I like Guy. These little young niggas like the Gap Man.
I see it.
Sound like Charlie Wilson. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I remember her buying the Guy album. And I just remember, you know, as a kid at this point, I'm already reading credits. I'm already knowing what's what. And I remember reading the back of the credit, and it was like produced by Teddy Riley and Gene Griffin for GR Productions. And I remember being like, Teddy Riley. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
Right.
It just was like.
And all that was Teddy Riley.
Teddy. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then I started being like, well, let me go back a bit. You know what I mean? Because I loved the Control album, but I was really young.
I know where you're going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me go back a little bit and see what's what. They said, oh, Jimmy and Terry. They had the logo. Jimmy and Terry, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Lifetime Productions. So I'm like, oh, okay, I want to be a producer. Like it just literally, I was 10 years old. I was in 5th grade. And I remember, I want to be a music producer. I really didn't have no idea how I was even going to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just knew that my favorite songs were made by these people. You know what I mean? Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, LA and Babyface, Teddy Riley, right? Now, mind you, because we're the same age.
Yeah.
Think about, and you're from Philly, so you're closer to, you grew up closer to like hip hop,
right,
or like the, you know what I mean?
And I was going to get into that question, but go ahead.
So for me, it's also the discovery of what I like from a hip hop perspective.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So then it's Big Daddy Kane was one of my favorite rappers.
Okay.
LL Cool J was my favorite rapper.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? At the time. So then, okay, now I'm in this space where I'm asking my mom for tapes or money for tapes or whatever, or cassette singles and whatever, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm collecting Heavy D and the Boys. I'm collecting LL Cool J. I'm collecting, you know, Big Daddy Kane. I'm collecting, you know, X-Clan. I'm collecting Public Enemy. You know what I mean? And now I'm reading those credits now. So it's like, okay, now I'm starting to become familiar with people like Marley Marl, become familiar with Eddie F., Teddy, become familiar with, you know, what's happening. Bad, the album that I really got into with LL Cool J was Bad.
Of course, yeah.
And Bad was like, you know, LA Posse. And people don't even really know that DJ Pooh, who's the legendary DJ Pooh now, was in the LA Posse. He produced Bad. He produced the album.
Wow. See, I knew when you came here, it was going to get real educational musically. I already knew that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and then that made me go back to like, well, what was LL's first album? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember, I remember these songs going like, you go to like skate parties as a kid. Okay, I remember records like Dear Yvette and Radio and things like that. It was like, who produced that record? Rick Rubin. Then, I'll never forget, we got me and my god brother named Jamel Johnson, one of my best friends growing up. We got our hands on a Beastie Boys record. And Paul Revere was like just
crazy.
One of the most, I still don't even, I have never heard anything like that in my life. You know what I'm saying? And was like, what's the common denominator here between LL Cool J and Beastie Boys and this Def Jam logo? And it was always Rick Rubin. You know? So this is me now really
just figuring it all out.
Yeah. You know, like, okay. And so then, right, you get to a space where even if you don't know the music, this is how it was for me. Let's say I go to the record store at 11, 12. Even if I don't know the music, if I know the label,
right?
If I see a Def Jam label,
that Def Jam logo,
I'm okay. I don't even know who this is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna buy it just to hear it.
Just because of the logo, just whoever it was.
Just to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this a Cold Chillin' logo? I just want to hear it. I don't even know what this is. I don't know who this is gonna be.
Right.
But I just want to hear it.
Right.
And I feel like around 10, 11, 12, that's like the coming of age
Okay.
You know, you start going to the mall with your friends. You start going to skating rinks, movies. You know, your mama's starting to drop you off.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It just becomes all of this stuff is a part of the development of that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Trendsetter.